Okay. It's funny too because I didn't see how you got there. I tried my eyes when it was there. That's good. All right. Welcome to the Be Discouraged podcast. This is episode.
Put more energy in it.
22. All right. Hold on.
Just do it again.
Welcome to the Be Discouraged podcast. This is episode 2/22.
Yep.
22.
Wait. What did you say? We needed to do X amount of episodes to break into the top X percent because people usually quit by then. What is that number? Do you remember?
It was 20 or 21. So we already did it. We did, dude.
We can quit. Now we can actually quit. Yeah.
That's cool. We don't need to quit, but we're top 1% in terms of like people doing it like and lasting.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I have a whole list of things. But you don't want to do your... Why I know you only have one thing.
Why do you have a whole list? You do like throughout the week, you just like writing stuff down, or you did this all today?
No, I did this all today, but I note them throughout my week sometimes. And I'll like pull.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Oh no, you're definitely last minute. There's no way you waited. No,
100%. I think about it through my week. That's where most of these came from.
Okay.
I didn't go, yeah, go ahead.
All right, yeah, let's do your list first.
No, you go first.
No, you do your list first.
No, but you have one thing.
I don't have anything.
You have two things.
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything. Why?
Because I was waiting for you.
That's stupid, dude. We should record today. We should. This episode's canceled.
It's already been 10 minutes and you haven't said anything.
You bought one thing last time.
Look at your fat cat. Look at that fat cat. Hold on, move.
It's mostly fur, actually. He's pretty thick. He's a big guy, but he's not that fat.
That's Bear, right?
He's like super long haired. Yeah, do you want me to grab him?
No.
Yeah, you sure made a spectacle of him.
I tried, but you wouldn't get out of the way.
You sure made a big deal about him to not want to see him.
You were supposed to move out of the way.
I can just go grab him.
No, all right, let's go with the list. Let's go with the list. Let's go.
Dude, look at all this hard work I put into this.
That's not even a lot. That's probably like 3 inches of space, but you really spread out. Look, show them. Look how spread out it is. Yeah,
the coffee stain. Don't look at it.
That could all fit on the top half, easy.
But there's also the other side too.
I see ChatGPT.
That's for two podcasts.
Pick the ChatGPT one. The ChatGPT one is my favorite.
No, we already talked about it.
Oh, so that
already talked about it. Didn't we talk about it?
Oh, so that was for last podcast.
Yeah. So save it, dude. I'm the one with the topic. So first off, is a bunch of your people looked at the podcast. Well, I had a couple people from my side look at the podcast, and one of them gave me feedback. It's so funny, dude.
I got feedback too.
Like, okay, yeah, that's a great topic. He goes. You need to check that guy sometimes. He's like, he basically said that you were stealing a little bit of the conversation, and I'd love to hear more from you.
What am I stealing?
Dude, you just talk a lot.
Tell him to come in the podcast again and say that to my face.
I'll tell him. All right. But that's all the feedback I got. I had a couple people watch it. One person was laughing because they thought it was funny. We started off the podcast fighting, and we did this episode as well.
That's your fault. They need to see how you act before each recording. It's horrible.
How did I act?
You're just really like aggressive, abusive. You're yelling. You just need to like relax. Manipulative.
And they saw that this episode. At the start of it, they saw that.
Oh, it was.
You said they need to see it.
I'm not gonna show people that part of you.
Okay. Well,
so my feedback, since I like to talk more than everybody here, it was from Jalen, and she says she really liked the duration of the first episode. Because when she sees 2 hours, an hour and a half, it's like daunting. Like she doesn't want to watch it because she doesn't have that type of commitment. And it's just like,
yeah.
She said she sat there and watched from 0 all the way until the end. Like that easy. She didn't have to take a break.
It was 37
minutes
after a half an hour, right?
Yeah.
I would prefer that too, man. There's some people who do 2 or 4 hours and I won't even watch it. It's just too much of a commitment.
And we're not even interesting. We're just normal losers.
Exactly. And then even the interesting people, it'll get spread out so far that I won't even finish because it's not interesting enough to take a break and then come back to
it. You'll have to watch highlights.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh, who's this guy who wants to fight me? Who is he?
I'm not telling you, dude. Dude, that's my guy.
Oh, so he's your guy and I'm not? How did you defend me?
You're my guy too.
How did you defend me?
I'll tell you. I'll pull it up. It's on my phone. I'll give you the exact words.
Dude, you were like, words, yeah, he's a pussy. I agree with you. I don't want to say anything because he's gonna quit. Like that's what you were saying.
Yeah, he did not say anything about you. Actually, he said it was just about wanting to hear more from me.
If you wanted to hear more from you, he could just ask. He's your friend.
He did ask, and he told me to check you.
All right.
It was funny because one of the other things on my list is my girlfriend and I, we talk a lot about you, and we actually talked about you a little bit more than normal. Sometimes it just comes up briefly, or I'll tell her about something that happened in your stream.
Why?
But we were talking about, I feel like you're a close person in my life. So I feel, and also out of anybody in my life other than Mariah, I talk to you way more.
So you need to check your friend.
Talk to Colton.
You need to check your friend and tell him his importance level is a little bit lower than mine.
No, dude, that's my guy. I've lived with him, man. That dude's. That's all, my friend. So no clues, dude. Don't go. But we were talking about.
I bet I can connect them. All right, yeah, go ahead.
We were talking about how you or why you like to talk to women with BPD.
Oh, what's BPD mean? What's BPD? Tell them. Tell the audience.
Borderline personality disorder.
Okay. Why do I like to talk to women with BPD?
It's like deep introspection about you. Is that okay?
Let's hear it.
Is that okay? Well, so I think what you're able to offer and what women with BPD want match very, very well. That's a really good way of putting it.
Okay, let's hear it though.
Like in terms of like what you're willing to offer in the relationship, like the things that meet their need, you're really good at that, right? And you want somebody who desires you like a fuck ton, like just a bunch, right? And that's very PPD. You can fill their needs, and that's what you want, right? And you also want them to have a nice face. Like,
I haven't met an ugly BPD girl yet. They've all been super attractive, like above 8s. That's just me though.
Above 8s?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But you're hunting them. They're like 8.
No, I don't hunt them.
Have you ever met an Asian with BPD?
I would be married right now. So no.
Hey, if there's any Asians with BPD out here right now, you'd be a shoo-in. Dude, you want this guy? Game over.
You want this guy?
Game over. It's game over. Game over. But we were just talking about that. I think you're able, like, it fits your need a lot, and you know what you can offer very well. Probably more than most people. Like, in terms of, like, you just think that way. And I think those coincide quite a bit. I think also somebody with a diagnosis, I feel like that's also more like a friend thing and just companionship in your life kind of thing, is you want someone with a diagnosis. It's more relatable.
Dude, they don't need to be fucking mentally ill. That's just.
I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that there's a connection there, that because we're getting really introspective. But one of the things that you really like is being able to be yourself in all moments, right? You value that.
Everybody does. And I feel everybody does.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't have a lot of check boxes, and so those things are more important. Is that fair?
Dude, I'm just gonna go to a psych ward, and I'm gonna ask.
Would you say that's fair?
No, it's not. Who doesn't want to be themselves at all times with their significant other?
I'm not saying that, but there's two things about you being yourself, is that you are off the wall.
No, I'm not, dude. I'm normal. I'm pretty normal.
Dude, you're the best not normal guy I've ever met, man. You're the best.
No.
You're the best. I'm not normal. I don't feel normal, but you're
pretty normal
wall,
too.
Man. Thanks, dude. But I think there's a little bit of that. I think there's also there's opportunity for crazy, and I feel like that probably is part of it, where there's opportunity with crazy for them that attracts you, that also I think weirdly secures the relationship a little bit, because if you go nuts or they go nuts, you guys both understand.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I want somebody who's fucking bonkers. I don't like overly needy.
I think you might,
because when people get too needy,
not needy,
and like entitled, those two things counteract each other. They repel me.
Yeah, but women with BPD are going to be hot and cold. That's why I'm saying. That's why you like it.
I'm speaking in general, okay? In general.
I'm speaking in tongue, dude. I'm telling you, like, I gave us a lot of thought. We were also talking. I can't remember what other context we were talking about you, but I think there's just, it scratches a certain itch, and it scratches. You only have like, you're very set in what you like, but there's not a lot of check boxes. But those check boxes need to be filled.
Yeah.
And then once you're in, right? And I feel like women with BPD fill those check boxes pretty easy for you.
It's possible. I haven't dated in a long time, so I mean, things could have changed.
Yeah. We'll see, dude. I wish you had a girlfriend. I wish you were dating, man. You should get on Tinder.
I'm banned.
To fix it, get a fake number. You can.
I'm not doing it. No,
you're smart because you act like a dumbass in the most convenient ways. You're not. You're a very smart guy, but like you couldn't get around the Tinder ban.
Nah, dude, I'm not going there. That's nasty.
Yeah, well, dude, or Bumble. I met Mariah. I don't know, man.
Look at you. You're like a token white guy. You're very handsome, and look at your eyes.
You're handsome.
Dude, I look deranged.
Thank you.
I look insane.
Yeah, well, you're also pushing deranged. When you're clean cut, you look great. You're intentionally getting more deranged looking.
Yeah, but
with a nice haircut and shaved up a little bit, you look great.
No thanks.
You look great.
I'd rather
you
be
look
alone.
Great now. But
I'd rather be alone forever.
No, you know why I want you to date? It's like I've never seen so much life in you than just when I see you do those things. You start acting different, dude. You start acting like
I was medicated. Heavily medicated.
I think there's more to it. There's more to it than that.
No, that's pretty much it.
So wouldn't that be an upside to being on the medication?
No, because I just become a giant fucking simp, and I only exist for somebody else, and that's horrible.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
that would happen on your medication. It's just not less likely.
No, dude. No, because being on, I was like reliant for that dopamine, like on another level of reliant. It was like I wanted to do everything to fill the void of loneliness and longing. But when I'm off of it, I'm like, this is just the way I am. You know, it's normal.
Yeah.
I don't crave it.
You look you look very well now, actually. Because I feel like last week that was like only 4 or 5 days after you stopped, right? It was like Wednesday when you...
No, I stopped October 28th.
Or August.
Last month.
It's September.
And last month is August.
That's what I just said.
You said October. You said October.
No, you said October 1st.
I'm going to go back to the footage. I'm recording. So
that's
I'm
crazy.
recording.
That's great. I hope you look at it.
August 28th is when I stopped. Yeah. And it was in my system for like a whole month.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get it out.
Even last time you were I think you were still feeling the effects. What's the date? That makes sense. Yeah, about a week. You said you weren't sleeping. You look much more rested than even last time I saw you.
Bitch, when was it? Good. 2 days ago, you were like, you look tired.
That was because you were listening to the audio logs and wiping your eyes a bunch and yawning.
Hold on. Let me wrap that up real quick.
I wanna.
Dating someone's not gonna look any different on me than me being me. I'm telling you.
Every time I've seen it.
The only reason why things were different was because I was tranquilized. I was caged up.
That's true. And wait, hold on real quick. We're going to switch gears. You said you rewired your brain, right?
I didn't rewire it.
Of the... okay.
The mushroom people did.
Yeah, it's true, dude. Outside of like what we talked about specifically to streaming, how do you feel like your brain's been rewired?
Everything that is applicable to streaming is applicable to everything else. Explain
it. I'm just trying to make it less like.
So it's the same setting for everything, right? I just go back to fulfilling the duration of my life that I'm supposed to live, and I just do it the way that I want to do it. It's the most tolerable way. That's it. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah.
I picked the most tolerable thing, and I just do it until I die. Then that's okay with me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very peaceful.
Yeah, and then before I was just like slingshotting back and forth. Like dude, my whole house is furnished because of my medication. It's like I was filling all of these things. This is just not what I normally would do. Now I threw away like my carpet. I'm about to throw away my couches. It's like I want all the space back. I don't know. It's weird. It's not comfortable to me. It's not comfortable.
Wait, the couches aren't comfortable?
Well, they're literally not comfortable, and the space that they're occupying isn't comfortable.
Yeah. Is the space just going to be empty?
Yeah, my kids can play there. They like to jump on it, but there's no jumping because they're jumping on some fucking hard-ass rocks. It's really uncomfortable.
Really? Is that bad, dude?
It's bad, dude. It's real bad. I bought it online.
Yeah, that's crazy. I fall asleep on this couch all the time, dude. All the time.
Let me see it.
All the time.
Let me see you lay in it. Let me see you lay in it. Go. No, that's good enough. No, that's good. Just go lay in it. Go lay in it. Just real quick.
Why?
I just want to see the way you lay.
You're gonna see my balls, dude.
Why? Why would I see your balls? Are you just like a scrotum down below? You don't have legs, dude. You just roll around on your nuts.
You made me forget what I was talking about. Dude.
Just go lay down real quick. I just want to see the way you lay.
Quit trying to see my balls, dude.
Why would it? What does that have to happen?
That's crazy.
All right. See, you do want to show me you laying down. Thank you.
I'll just show you my balls, dude. It's fine.
What kind of pants are you wearing with that? Oh, you're like a white guy.
I'm like a white guy.
So how do you sleep? That's got to be bad on your neck.
Yeah, I usually have a pillow or two.
That's pretty comfy.
Yeah.
So is this where you dwell? Like this is where you live, or is this just
no? There's the room back
grounds?
Here and a little like tiny kitchen and a bathroom and then a little office area.
That's awesome.
So
it's bigger than my apartment. It's bigger than my apartment.
Yeah, the problem is the hallways are tiny, dude, and the kitchen is tiny.
That's hardly a problem. Like, it's free.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's probably not bigger than your apartment because the kitchen is very, very, very small. It's like this tiny counter space, a little tiny oven, a fridge.
Y'all don't cook anyway, so it doesn't matter.
We be cooking, dude.
What was the last thing you cooked?
I think she made I can't remember. We had frozen pizza last night. No, we had Jersey Mike's last night. No, we had Jersey Mike's last night. And then
that's not cooking.
I made I made it actually. It was chicken, we got rotisserie chicken, but it was cold. Right? So we cooked it and then I took it, I put a bunch of hold on, listen. I put a bunch of stuff on it. I toasted the bread in the air fryer, cooked it all in the fryer, melted the cheese, heated up this chicken. So I should have put the chicken in the fryer, and that would have counted.
It in the fryer?
The air fryer, yeah, but I cook everything.
Okay, how much space do you need in a kitchen for an air fryer? Huh? How much room do you need to cook with an air fryer? You can do it in
very small.
Yeah, you don't need a big kitchen. You don't cook anyways.
I'm not complaining about the kitchen. I was saying it's probably not bigger than your kitchen.
Whatever, dude. You don't cook. Don't say you cook when you don't cook.
I don't cook very often. Mariah does cook. I air fry a lot of things. But it'll be vegetables. I've been eating more fruit than I have in ever in Wawa. Like ever since moving back, I basically ate nothing.
Well, it's because your grandma has a lot of fruit then, right? Like y'all aren't buying it?
No, because I've been addicted to watermelon and then air frying broccoli.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to air fry the watermelon. Like, what the fuck?
No. But both of those things have been keeping me going, dude.
That's good.
And air frying anything. It's the coolest thing I've ever done. Butter things up. You make sandwiches in it, dude. Some of the best sandwiches I've ever ate came out of that air fryer. But the only problem is it's small. Like,
get a big one. Get a big one.
I don't know how. I have to look into them. I never even thought about looking into them until I tried it, and then I'll probably never look.
They have like 20-gallon ones and like family of 8 ones. They have a lot.
Yeah, I'll have to look into them, dude, because they're cool. They're cool. We're going to Costco tomorrow, man, and there's so many things I look forward to now going there. So many different things.
Why do you do that?
And why do I do that? Because my eyes are itchy, but I'm trying not to itch them. Because there's eczema. I don't know if you can see, but there's eczema on my eyeballs. Hold on. Well, actually, you can see the fact that this is all discolored right here. That's all from eczema, dude. All dry skin and shit.
You just need to put soap there. Why? You'll be all right.
Soap is not what I put there, but I've been putting stuff on it. My skin's gotten a lot better since moving here. But
if you grew your beard out, it would be better.
No, dude, it's patchy from the eczema and ingrown hairs and shit, and so I'm letting it grow back in. I have this little derm roller thing. I've been rolling on it. And then I shave it when it gets too long because it looks. There's literally holes on my face.
I think you might be self-conscious. Let me see your thick beard.
No, Mariah told me.
Mariah's a liar.
I know it.
She's a liar.
She's not a liar. How dare you, dude? How dare you? How dare you?
Let me judge it. I'm the one that's kissing you every day.
I just told you. I'll show you next time. I just told you. I would tell you next time.
All right.
Excuse me.
I think the podcast would like to see you with the big beard too.
I would like to have a big beard when it comes in right. And you'll be the judge, okay?
I don't care anymore. No.
It grows in pretty quick.
It doesn't matter to me.
All right, I don't care anymore either, actually.
It's done.
You were talking about deodorant, and you said you were doing research on deodorant.
Yeah.
What kind of research were you doing? What'd you learn?
I don't know, dude. I just got the most rawest armpits in the world. Like if I take a shower, right? 25 minutes, and then I'll start to smell like whatever. If I don't apply any deodorant, of course. So I want to see, like, I don't know. I'm just testing the boundaries, and then I don't know.
I don't like this smell as much as the other smell.
Like,
that's good stuff, dude.
I don't care about smells. I don't know. It was like a weird interest of mine for a little bit. I went to go buy some today. It's from Canada.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I don't know what it's called.
Show me.
I don't have it. No, it's over there.
I had to go lay on a couch. Let me see your new deodorant.
No, dude. You didn't have to do shit. That's just what you did.
So stupid. No, I was like, I'm being a party pooper by saying no, dude. You do say no a lot, though. You're the no kind of guy.
Give me.
You don't play Overwatch after this?
No, dude. I gotta finish. I gotta finish my VODs, and then I'm going live again. Play with Ruds. He'd love to play with you.
Thanks, dude. Mariah has umbrella. She went upstairs because it was raining super hard down here, dude. To the point where it was like flooding outside this area.
Right.
Like,
motherfucker, weren't you the one that told me it's hard to flood here when there's an ocean?
Good. That's part of my list.
Oh, okay.
That's part of my list. Is that when I said I was like, dude, it would be hard to flood when the ocean's right down the way, and then it's literally like pooling up out there. Dude.
It's like knocking on your door. It's like, hello.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And there's a hill right next to it, but it's like pooling. It's pooling. But she had an umbrella, and it was like, it had to have been from like the 70s or the 60s. You can't legally have an umbrella like this anymore. It was super old school fabric. You could tell it was old.
Why can't you legally? Oh, because it was like
I'm just saying, like yeah,
where is it?
She has it with her. She's getting her nails done. She's been getting into that, which I'm all about, man. She doesn't spend money at all on herself. I have to like break her arm. Like I'm going to go.
What is she doing to her
nails? I'm returning
nails?
This tomorrow at Best Buy. She just gets them like painted, and it gets some like I think she has something put on them.
Make her get claws.
Acrylic or what? I don't want her to have claws, dude.
Then she can scratch
my back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you dummy. Get claws.
No, but like she's all like, it might be itchy, but I have to return this, and I'm gonna make her get Lego Worlds. What was it? Yeah, Lego World.
Nice.
I'm gonna make her buy it.
It's a cheap
I'm like,
game.
just do it. It's $20. Yeah, it's $20. Who cares?
Why doesn't she like to spend money?
The Walmart that we have around here. I think if she ever watches this, babe, sorry, but I think she just has like a unique relationship with money where it's not like where she always feels like she has to save and like she'll never have enough and like these kind of ideas.
Is it because the wealth in her family?
I think so, and I think she wants to. I think she has values towards being closer to like that, or closer to their wealth, and I think she has an idea on either maybe she won't get there, or that she has to do certain things to get there, or she should be somewhere where should be, but she's not there. There's a lot to it, but but I think the relation. Huh?
Do you feel that way? Like for your age, you're at the spot that you want to be at?
I don't care.
Oh, it doesn't matter to you?
It doesn't matter to me.
That's surprising.
I think
that's really surprising.
Yeah. I don't care at all. I think I have certain I've done certain things in my career and earned experience in certain places where I have a place to be proud of. But despite that, I don't really like. I'm not a fucking bum, dude. 10 years ago exactly, I was doing nothing with my life.
That's the life.
I didn't know how to drive.
That's the life, man.
Yeah, man. And so like it's hard. Like I'm not. This doesn't count as a Q&A at the end, but one of the things that so I can't remember who asked it. One of them, they were naming your stream, and it was like, what's the thing that you wish other people would see in you sometimes?
The ceiling.
And it's like, well, yeah. And I was like, what I thought of it was like what it took for me to be here and where I was like 10, 15 years ago.
Why do you care about people seeing that?
No, it's not that it's not that I care about people seeing it. It's one of the things that I'm most proud of. I reflect on it all the time.
Okay, like, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I want people to see this in me. It's more like that. Like that's when I think about it a lot, it can like make me cry, give me goosebumps, dude. Like I was doing illegal shit all the time.
What was the most illegal thing?
A lot of my friends are felons.
Well, the most illegal thing that you were doing.
I mean, stealing from cars is like a good example.
I bet that was fun.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. What was the most expensive thing you stole from a car?
The thing is, a lot of times I wouldn't participate in the stealing. I would be watching, and then other people would be stealing.
Oh, so you were the lookout?
And so like iPods. Yeah. And that's kind of how, like, for a long time, I didn't participate in the things. I was tagging along with a lot of street people. Like, I remember the first time I saw a gun and cocaine, the very first time I ever saw it. Can I say cocaine on YouTube?
Oh, you did now.
Yeah. But I never been around it, and I wasn't looking to be around it. But this guy was buying beer for us, and we were I don't even think I drank at that time. Or maybe I just started drinking because I didn't do anything. I was sober for 3 or 4 years with my friends who were not sober at all until I cracked. I went through a breakup and started cracking. But long story short, we were getting beer and we're outside this grocery store and the guy's going to go in there and buy it. And he's like, all right, what do you guys want? And he starts pulling out and he pulls out a gun, a 9mm, sets it right next to me, and a huge bag of cocaine. And I've never seen any of that before, man. Any of that. And it all stemmed from one friend, man. I won't say his name, but like I remember going to a party and getting searched for wires because it was so Hispanic there, dude, and it was so gang related. Like I was the only white person in there, and I was definitely the only person who looked like me. And they had me pick up my shirt, pat me down a little bit, and then I was able to chill. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna get out of here. I don't think I belong.
How did you like go into that route? Like what led you there? Is it because you were lonely and they were the ones picking you up, or like what led you to that path?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. I think a big part of my childhood, I wasn't medicated. I didn't understand what was going on with me, and I think the combination of those two things happening, where I understood and I was medicated, I was able to make friends. But before that, I was not able to make friends at all.
Yeah.
So I was pretty isolated, absolutely. And then my one friend brought me in. And then I met a bunch of guys, and a lot of those guys are my friends now.
Are they clean
and
now?
Some of them took much. Yeah. Like I mean, like I met Colton when I was 15 and a half, and I started hanging out with Rudy when I was 14. So I mean, just a year and a half, just like domino effect of meeting.
So Rudy's people. The bad boy.
I met a lot of my. Yeah, shout out to Rudy.
Got his ass.
Yeah, but I mean, like we've met a lot of. I met all my friends through Rudy. And some of them ended up doing ups and downs. Some went super downhill. I remember one time my friend, I'm not going to say his name. I'm gonna be really careful.
You're going to do it again?
I'm not going to say his name. But no, this is going to be, we'll have to edit it out, this one.
Nope. I'm going to turn up the volume on it when we get here.
But my friend comes up to me and I'm at Walmart in the self-checkout. And I'm in line. And I see him, and he stands out. He's super, super tall, dude. Super tall. And I see him immediately, and he actually ends up behind me, and he's holding, like, a bottle of Captain Morgan. And he's holding it pretty tight and fucking weird, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, already the body language is off. But this guy used to be my best friend. I used to hang out with him every day for, like, a year and a half. Like he was like, we'd walk to the pizza store and like lots of cool memories.
Yeah.
And that's probably like 15, 16. And this is like when I'm 22. So this is a while after we stopped hanging out too. Come up to him, or he comes up to me and I'm like, what's up, man? It's good to see you. And he's like, not much, dude. And I was like, what have you been up to? And he's like, selling. And I'm like, oh, like weed or something?
He's honest, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was the most real thing. I was like, oh, what, weed or something? And he's like, no, methamphetamine.
Oh my god. This is like casual banter about his
Yeah, I was like, whoa, dude, cool.
And what'd you say his name was?
I didn't say his name.
Clever little boy.
Yeah. I can get more street as it gets more incriminating, I suppose.
Well, I'm glad you're not still doing bad stuff. Although some of it would probably be fun.
Yeah, well, but it's crazy too because two things happened. I started working out, and then I had this failure of a date with this girl. I think I told you about it, didn't I? When I actually shout out to Rudy. I was 22, going into 23, and I went on this date with this girl, and I was like, dude, I was so caught up in it. I usually do get caught up in it. If I date a woman and they become my girlfriend, I'm like in, dude. I mean, I was so in for Mariah, it was crazy. Like I was in, dude, and we saw each other for 3 weekends. And the second weekend, Rudy had to drive us around like a chaperone. I'm 22, dude, so I can go into a bar. That's where I met her. I think it's a bar. And I had to have Rudy drive me around like he's my dad.
That's cute. You should just be like, I got money, baby.
It was so embarrassing though, dude. I got my license a week and a half later. And I don't think I would have gotten my license.
But what was the failure?
I don't think I would have started. What?
You said there was
the failures are her having to drive me around. Rudy having to drive me around on a date.
Something happened.
It was no, it was so embarrassing. And I think that all started from just working out, building momentum there, and then going out and feeling confident and meeting people.
Yeah.
And then if I hadn't I never drove up until I was like 22 and a half.
Yeah. Well, it just takes one good positive thing in your life to change everything.
Yeah.
Especially when you're surrounded by a bunch of goop and grossness, just one little drop of water makes a big difference.
Yeah. And it helped too because a lot of my friends were doing kind of the same thing. Like a lot of my friends, especially the friends that are my friends today, cleaned up their act quite a bit. They're not doing anything crazy. And it all started from working out. All of us just going to the gym together. And the dedication, it's so weird how dedicated you can get. I don't think I could ever get that dedicated to working out again. Ever.
Maybe if Mariah breaks up with you, she's like, you're too fat.
Yeah. I think I also have way better coping skills now. And I'm like clearly more self-aware than I was when I was 23. You know what I mean? But it would be so hard to get. I was like addicted to it, man. I'd go there twice a day and
it also, I'm sure,
count my calories.
Yeah, I'm sure it filled some voids too, right? You didn't feel so alone. You were doing something good for your health. And there's a lot of things that working out gives you.
Which is so funny now because now I don't want to go to the gym because I want to be alone.
Well, I mean, you can work out at home still. Walk around the fucking beach and shit where you live.
Yeah, and it's so funny, dude. You know that gym gym membership that I never canceled my membership to?
Yeah.
And then I moved to Walla Walla, and then they opened up one in Walla Walla. And then I just moved away, so I never went there.
Yeah.
And then now they're opening up one where I live now.
It's trying.
So, dude, I still have the membership, and I still...
You might as well. Something might happen from it. Who knows?
Yeah, I've had it for like 3 years in 4 different cities, but... I haven't used it in a while.
Stop wasting your money.
No, Mariah and I are going to go. It's the end of September. So
yeah, but how long have you wasted your money? What do you mean, no?
A long time, dude. But you have to go in person to cancel it. So
we have Q&As in my stream. It costs 1 point to do it. And we have I don't know, maybe 15 questions. Most of them have been asked by Seely Tova and Stephanie. So shout out to you guys for having interest in asking us things.
Definitely.
So I put them into ChatGPT to randomly give us four questions, and we're going to go ahead and answer those. So if you want to ask questions, you can either ask on stream or DM us or something like that, and I'll just add it to the list. Are you ready?
Oh, sorry. I was listening and then thinking about your questions. I'm ready for them.
All right.
I was just running through them in my head.
All right. So I'm gonna ask one from Stephanie first. And it is, what are you most proud of about yourself?
Well, actually, I already talked about that just a second ago, so I did answer it actually. But like, just like what it's taken to overcome this, the fact that I've continued content creation, something also I'm very proud of. Continuing my relationship with Mariah, despite and growing and really getting like a valuable relationship through my mental illness and wanting to like ruin my life all the time. So I think those three things. I think that those are on the fly.
Yeah. Probably for me was after I I woke up getting arrested, and then like having a flood of memories come into my head, and like, dude, like the first thing I was like thinking was, what about my kids, dude? I was literally thinking about, Eon would write me, like I was my life was already mapped out for me in the worst case possible. But despite my diagnosis and me essentially being incapable to, have a normal relationship built on love and etc. My kids, they prefer me over my ex. Like they would rather live with me, right? And that's weird to me, but I try to emulate as much as I can emotions, I guess, trying to act appropriately, and they've fallen for it. It's good. And just the fact that they they still see me as their dad, even though I'm essentially myself around them too.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think your oldest sees you for more what you are than like obviously the little kids? But do you think the oldest sees you more for what?
Yeah, I mean, it's to a point.
Feel?
Like he asked me a lot of questions regarding that, and I'll talk to him about it. But I don't think he sees it in the same way that you and I see it, right? Like it's hard to explain, especially maybe I'll need to ask him, because from a perspective of a little kid, it's kind of hard to fathom.
It will always be hard to think that way too. Like I don't think it ever gets easier. Yeah. Even if, like it's a pretty abstract thing. Oh, I was going to tell you that I've noticed recently stopped overthinking our friendship quite a bit. Like I feel like right before I was moving, but especially after I moved, it's like gotten so much better in my brain, and I think I overthought it because I valued our friendship so much, and I wanted to make sure, like, you're kind of complicated sometimes.
No, I'm not. You're just look. So the reason why
you're not complicated, but I've overcomplicated things.
Oh yeah, and the reason why I think you went through that phase was because either one, we could communicate via stream. Either both of us are streaming, so we had a mutual grounds. The second interval of our friendship was playing Overwatch, because we both kind of stopped streaming and we just played Overwatch. Then we both stopped playing Overwatch. We both stopped streaming, and now our communication was like just talking. There's nothing giving us common grounds, and like we would go way less without talking. And I think maybe you thought that would put a strain on the relationship, because I remember whenever I stopped streaming and you were streaming, you felt like indifference, it's not the same, and then vice versa. So I think that's a big part of it. Definitely.
I think that when I stopped streaming, and then the idea of me committing to not streaming, and you continuing to stream, it definitely crossed my brain where I'm like, is that going to be a rift? That's definitely a part of the thing. And another part of it too, it's like, I don't think I'm like, I just wake up to one big feeling. Like it took moments, but when you asked to do the podcast again, that was another moment for me where I was like, oh,
well, it's like this. Do you remember the moment when I was in your stream? I was like, you quit streaming, I'll do the podcast with you. I was like, this guy's gonna quit for nothing if we don't just keep going. It's gonna poke you.
I'm so glad I did. I don't think I could do it, man. I don't think I could do it. And the other thing that makes me think I don't think I can do streaming specifically is how long you need to do it to be successful. Like, I don't need to do that now, but like if they were like, hey, let's make you partner, I would have to do an 8-hour stream. And I think
you wouldn't have to, but you would probably feel obligated, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I can do it. I sit there and watch a stream, and this guy will stream for like 100 hours, dude. He's halfway through the month. He's probably at 165 right now. I bet you. That's my guess. 160, and he'll do like 12-hour streams, and it just like drains. It sucks the soul out.
But do you remember when
for that long
you would be sitting there streaming and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stream forever. I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life." An old man.
I'm learning that like I can have a dream and really love doing that, and then over time, not because of streaming, but because of myself and not knowing how to handle certain things, even like success.
Yeah.
In those eyes, and like lack of success after, and all those things, like streaming became not fun for me, and then it got so not fun that there's no way it was going to be fun again, and that's the moment I realized I needed to stop. And pivot and think about other things, even if it's just making YouTube videos or content or like other things. But like that's when you told me if I quit streaming, you do the podcast, is because I knew an hour before that I was never gonna like it again.
Yeah,
it was never gonna be fun. Yeah, this is fun. I like doing this. Comedy could be fun. I don't know, but like I definitely want to do something with content. But all right, next question. You answered your question?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All right, this one's from Seeley. If given a chance, would you change anything about your personality?
Yeah, I can't remember my old answer, but I do wish I was a little bit less introverted. Mm-hmm. I feel like that goes into with what we're talking about.
Could you force yourself or teach yourself to be that?
No, I look like an extrovert in the outside world.
Right.
I look like that, and everyone's like, "You're an introvert."
Not an introvert.
And so like but internally it'll never recharge me. It'll never make me feel better.
Yeah.
Ever.
Okay.
And I might smoke it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And like, unless there's some kind of glorious like something else attached to that like moment, like dopamine or a reward or a raise, or you know what I mean, I might feel really excited about that after the fact. But 9 times out of 10, the social situation is just gonna drain me.
Yeah.
And so I wish I was a little more in the middle. I wish I could like enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like
me. I have to wear earplugs places, dude. Like to enjoy myself. I just have to like plug my ears or like put in earplugs. That's annoying.
One day you'll have an AI to isolating noises. Recharging so Kevin. Cool.
Yeah. The world would be done for if I could just click a button and be recharged.
I mean,
that's so good.
We find another excuse. That's just the way us humans are, man.
Done for. Not me, dude. Not me.
Definitely. All right.
What's yours?
It's very similar. I wish the threshold for pleasure was much lower for me. Like I want to watch fucking goofy, silly movies and not think, wow, this is fucking horrible. Like, this is, oh my God. I want to watch horror movies and not just be like, oh, this is fucking stupid. You know, like I just want to shut the fuck up and enjoy it, but I can't. I've tried and like it has to be within the box of things that I generally am drawn to. And no matter how much I try, it's so difficult. You know, there might be an anomaly thing that I'm like, wow, I actually like that. And I'm glad I'm able to accept outside things, but for the most part, man, that's dumb, and it's gonna stay dumb until I'm dead.
Yeah,
and I don't like that.
That's a really good answer. That's a really good answer. It's because that is you, 100%. Yeah, like you have very good but specific taste.
Yeah, and it sucks,
very
man.
Refined.
It's a curse.
Yeah,
I wish I could enjoy more. Like this guy named Cruz and Felipe used to come to my house, and we would watch like Donald Duck, and dude, they would be dying, laughing of like Donald Duck tripping on a fucking banana peel. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Wait, how old were you?
We were like 13, 14, dude.
Okay.
We were teenagers, dude.
Like, Felipe who?
Cruz and Felipe. You got to say it right. Cruz and Felipe.
Yeah, dude. I'm worried about them, man. How are they doing?
I don't know. They're brothers. But dude, and then it would be like, you know, Daffy Duck gets shot, so his bill goes in circles and he gets dizzy and falls. Just laugh and dying. I'm like, holy fuck! Like I want to be like
I don't think that's normal though, dude.
I don't know, man.
It's pretty old. 14 laughing dude, that hard to Donald Duck is crazy.
Dying laughing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've grown more into that, actually. I feel like I used to have really basic taste growing up. And I feel like as time gone on, even more so. Like, even with my horror movies, I have a hard time watching the ones I liked 2 years ago. Like, the B budget, and it's getting more and more refined.
Yeah.
But, like, I used to love comedy movies, and I don't watch a single comedy movie either. Unless it has some big entourage of people that I want to support. Like, there's a good cast or something, I'm not watching it. Yeah.
Not even for me,
So I feel that, dude.
Yeah. All right.
What? Really? You wouldn't watch a comedy movie if it had like your favorite actors?
No, like I like Adam Sandler and all of his people, but when they make movies together, they're awful, dude. Like Grown Ups 2, and I'm just like, God damn, what is wrong with you guys? They're bad. They're real bad.
Real quick, most underrated actor, in your opinion? 3.
Dude, I don't know actors. 1. I don't know. Oh.
You know who I was just talking about this with Ryan? Justin Long. You know who that is? The guy who did Accepted. The guy who did.
Oh, your horror movie guy. Yeah.
Dude, I just watched another one with him. I watched another one with him called The Barbarian. And he's fucking spooky, dude. And every movie he's in, I feel like I really like it. So I feel like he's super underrated. But The Barbarian, spooky, dude. Spooky. It's about this woman or couple or guy go on to an Airbnb, and there's this woman downstairs who's like a fucking Goliath woman and just gross in the face. And it is terrifying, dude. It's terrifying. And everything he does is terrifying.
Do you think she has BPD?
Yeah, dude.
No, dude.
Yeah. And something else.
No, I don't want
to. And something else.
I don't want to know. Never mind. I can't think of any actors. I'll come back. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you next episode with an answer. All right. What is something everyone should be taught, and why? Just one thing. Just one thing.
Yeah. It's funny because I think this answer would have been different even just a couple weeks ago. But like conflict resolution. I feel like one of the things that I never learned from my parents is conflict resolution, and sometimes I don't even realize how starkly or how different it can be until like I'm in some of the homes that I work in.
Yeah.
And like the mom that I work with now works so hard for these kids to understand how to solve conflict between each other.
Yeah.
And I never had that. It was separate. It was go to different rooms. It was get in the corner. It was like, it was always that. And I had to learn all that later.
Dude, on my own and through like, would be a way better place if we all had conflict resolution lessons.
Yeah, man. And the house that I work at right now, man, the mom works so hard, and I'm like, dude, if my mom put 10% of that effort into me, I probably would have had a better childhood. It's crazy,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh man, for me, it would probably be like ability to understand something without having to experience it. Right. I want to tell Ava Meniden something, but it doesn't matter how many times I tell them, they're going to have to, fall and bust their fucking head for them to understand, like, man, maybe we shouldn't have done that. And
yeah.
And for me, it was always easy to kind of like learn through the experience of other people, like seeing them do this and then them get this outcome, not very favorable, but just the ability to like intellectualize instead of having to sympathize to understand, right? Like, I don't need to feel the way you feel to understand you. I can understand you perfectly. To comprehend and then act beyond the threshold of which you usually act to get a product that isn't bad you would save so much time, effort, and I don't know. But yeah, just understanding better and more.
That obviously develops with age and different paces for different people, right? But
and different, that's a product of different life experiences. Like that's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think that's a product of just like, I feel like that's a product of not seeing enough like misery and shortcomings.
Yeah. Being sheltered. Yeah, like, for sure.
But like, I feel like once I got exposed to, like, I was very sheltered in the sense that like, I didn't have any friends. So my parents weren't sheltering me very much. They did a good job making sure I didn't go like to some stranger's house most of the time. But like up until I started hanging out with Rudy and not coming home, like I literally never coming home, dude, or coming home drunk. You know what I mean? I never went out. I never saw like hard things. I saw hard things in my own home, but like the very first day I went to another friend's house, I saw a shoe get thrown at the daughter's mouth and cry and like see that kind of like physical child abuse. Yeah. You know, I've experienced a lot of emotional stuff from my parents, but like to see it physical, it happened like first hour I was there.
Yeah.
Like shit like that makes you like learn, and I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It didn't happen until then.
When I was going to college, I had a professor. She was like a 58-year-old woman. And it was I can't remember what kind of writing class. It wasn't just normal writing. It was like creative writing or some type of writing. And my class was very diffused. Like we had blacks, Mexicans, whites, Asians. You know, we had everybody. We had diversity. And we would read old literature, and a lot of it would be like really racist or just old literature stuff. And when we would talk about it and we would bring up, like the subtle hints of racism, she'd be like, this isn't racist. Like she didn't know and she wasn't aware of what that was, what the racism was, and she was a white lady, but she told us the first time she's ever seen a homeless person, she was 53 years old, and she was like 58. And that's how sheltered she was. She had like 4 fucking master degrees. She had a PhD. She's very academically inclined, but her life experiences were nowhere to be found. When we would be in a circle talking about a piece of literature, she was the odd one out because all of us were like, you know, speaking in a philosophical way about, you know, a certain lesson or what this literature actually means. Her surface level everything. Every single thing surface level. And it was weird, dude. None of us could write properly because if it wasn't tailored to her understanding, it would be like, why did you write this? This isn't proper. It's just like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
I would hate that to be me, man. Imagine.
I remember I was probably 7 or 8 when I first saw it, and it was so impactful to me. So to not experience that like 53, and not like one homeless person, but it was when we were staying in Portland for a while. Like we go there like every summer so often, visit a friend or something. Like and my stepdad, dude, it sounds so stupid and rich, but I wasn't rich. I felt poor most of the time because my parents were spending it all on weed and fucking shit that didn't matter. You know, cigarettes, Marlboros. My stepdad's parents had a condo. Pretty small condo out in Portland, and so we go stay there sometimes. And I remember looking out the window and seeing a group of homeless people and like their like encampment a little bit. So you know, sometimes you'd see one in wall to wall with a cart or something, but it was like the first time where like they were drinking Four Locos and Mad Dogs and just like chilling and I remember it impacting me. So not seeing that till 53 is crazy.
And the only reason why she saw it at that age was because she volunteered for Meals on Wheels. Or Wheels on whatever that thing is where they bring food to the less fortunate. That's the only reason why she saw them, because she was doing Meals on Wheels, and that's what she told us.
How do you think you teach that? Like, if you wanted to teach someone that, what's the best way to teach them that?
I try to, things that I was exposed to, I try to give it to them, but not like, you know, fucking child abandonment and, I don't, you know, not that type of stuff. But I try to explain things as articulate as I can. And then I'd be like, do you want me to re-explain it, or do you want to explain it back to me? And he'll usually spit it back at me and, you know, just like to show me that he understands.
Like, how would you teach that? Like, how do you think the world learns that?
I don't know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Show them. It's crazy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's a crazy idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wish everybody could just be taught that.
Yeah, I'm sure some of that has to do with brain development too, especially in men, because this part of your brain isn't fully developed till 22, 23.
Yeah,
and this is where all the complex like real stuff happens, especially attached to like complex emotions and thoughts and problem solving. So I'm sure that has something to do with it.
I think just giving somebody some realistic information is good enough, right? Like, dude, when I'm at Walmart with Eon, I'm like, Eon, what happens if someone starts shooting up Walmart? What do we do? He goes, make sure my brothers are in the basket and we run. Because, dude, stuff like that happens, right? I'm not trying to traumatize him, but like,
that's such a real answer, though.
Yeah, like, what do you do? What happens if I don't tell him that and we get separated or something because he's not running, he's shocked, or I can't grab him or something? Like you can't shelter your kids forever. Like, you're gonna have to start showing them how shitty the world is. But you don't have to be all.
So lack of sheltering is definitely a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, be honest with your kids. Yeah.
Being a dad would be hard.
It's not that bad, dude. Just like it's like Dark Souls. You just with experience, it gets easier and easier.
I'm pretty good at that.
Don't listen to people. You know, go your own route. And advice is nice, but
do you feel like your dad was a decent role model to be a dad?
No. I was always alone. He spent all of his time with this lady. He didn't become a good dad until I joined the military and almost died. Same for my mom. They were both super shitty, and when these things happened, they were like, oh shit, When I came back, dude, they were totally different human beings. Didn't recognize them. They're both very apologetic for, things that happened when I was younger. Totally different. But I tell them, I was like, I'd rather you guys be good for my kids than the way you guys were with me, just instead of flipping that around. Yeah. They're great now.
Okay. So that I was going to ask is like, how do you know how to be a good dad now then? Not saying you are, I think you are, but like, how do you know how to?
Right, and like everything that I craved as a fucking little kid, it's what I give, Yeah,
that's how I feel about my stepdad, 100%, man, and my mom too in a lot of ways. But like my stepdad just laid it on way more thick, where my mom was just not involved, and like my stepdad was just ruthless. And so I remember thinking so many times, being like, I'm never gonna be like that to my kid.
Yeah,
ever,
dude. Just this Monday or Tuesday, I called Dion. I was like, "Hey, dude, sorry because he got really emotional about something, and I was like, dude, you just need to calm down. Like, there's no reason to be like that." And I was like, "Hey, you reacted that way, and I'm sorry. Like, maybe I don't understand why you felt that way." And like, dude, my parents have never ever apologized about any emotional outburst that I've had or anything. And this happened Sunday, and I called them the very next day after. I was like, you know what, dude, maybe I was in the wrong, you know? And even if I wasn't in the wrong, who cares? At least he knows that I'm willing to, you know, put him instead of me.
Never my mom, never my stepdad. Either,
never in my life. I would be like, are they about to beat the fuck out of me? Like, why are you saying you're sorry? Are you about to kill me?
Yeah,
like, what's going on?
My mom's too in denial, and my stepdad's too prideful. My stepdad's so prideful, you could like it's so easy.
I don't know which is worse.
It's like you could like.
I don't know which is worse. Maybe pride. The in denial is pretty bad too, though.
I think denial's worse because you're less in touch with reality.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like pride. You have something to stand on, so you know your life is miserable for your own doing it, but you're doing it for principle.
They both suck, but yeah, you that sucks.
But pride is something you can always fall back on irrationally, right?
Yeah. You
can be like, "Oh, I'm a man," or like, "I'm a Republican." I'm just thinking like my stepdad. like these are the things that he would fall back on, right? Or my dad was like this, right? And then it doesn't nothing else matters, right?
Yeah.
So it's just nothing. Yeah.
I would not. Yeah. My dad was like this, so I'm like this, or men are like this, so I'm like this too.
My stepdad to a T, dude.
Last one. All right. What are your best and worst memories from childhood? I can go.
Was that on the list? Go ahead.
Probably my best moment was being able to rent a game at Blockbuster. Like, dude, I would mow the lawn, clean the house, watch my sisters while my mom was at the club, and did I say like mow the front and the back? I would just do everything, right? Throw all the trash. I would do everything and anything. And maybe my mom would rent me a game from Blockbuster. And dude, I just every time I was able to go rent one, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is amazing. Awesome. This is the best moment of my life. Fucking $5, dude. $5. Yeah. And I tell Eon, I was like,
so good. I
tell Eon all the time, I was like, dude, every time you ask me for a fucking game, I buy it for you. And I always tell him, dude, I used to do this, and this. I was like, so just appreciate it.
To rent it,
yeah, not even to own it. Exactly, exactly.
But, did you have Hastings? Were you around?
Yeah, dude, I miss Hastings so bad. Yeah, I miss it so bad.
My childhood home, I lived there probably up until I was like 14 or 15, maybe just a little bit earlier than that. But basically, the whole time, my formative years, I lived one street behind a Hastings. And so it was, dude. That was like Blockbuster. Blockbuster was there too for a while.
Yeah, Blockbuster Hollywood.
Blockbuster. Yeah. But even after that shut down, Hastings was there for 10 years after.
Yeah, dude. Hastings closed down what 7 years ago or something like that. It's.
Yeah.
I used to go there just to waste time. It's pretty recent still that it closed down.
And it had everything, just a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. You could rent something, you could buy something. It was like the ultimate spot to blow your money. Yeah.
Or good. Just to hang out. Like, you don't even need money to hang out there.
Yeah, you can just read.
Yeah.
And dude, they had smoothies.
Yeah, I liked Hastings a lot. I was pretty sad when they closed it down.
I bet you a comeback. I bet you if they just planned a really good comeback, they could do it.
They could. I think so. Especially with all the nerd culture that is super heightened. Like, it'll thrive.
What's the worst? Worst is a weird one, dude.
Yeah, well, for me,
a weird question.
Yeah,
go ahead.
My mom used to get really mad and physically abusive whenever like we would get in trouble, and I would always lose my fucking house key. I would always lose it, so I'd end up just like waiting outside till she got home or something like that. Yeah. And I remember it got really bad, dude, where she was like, "Yeah, you lose this fucking key, blah 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 blah. You're gonna have to go live with your dad." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds fucking good to me." You know, so I remember I was at school. I was like, I don't know, 10 or 11. And I was like, I'm going to hide my key and I'm going to lose it, right? This was like the next day after she said that. And, I didn't know she was bluffing. I thought she was really going to let me move in with my dad. So I got home and I just sat outside and I waited for her to come home, and she saw that I was at home, and she was fucking pissed. Like, I saw her face. And like, I couldn't hear anything she was saying just because I was like, thinking about, I'm going to move with my dad. And then she's like,
yeah.
She's like, you're not fucking living with your dad either. And dude, that broke my heart so fucking much. Yeah. She's like, you're not moving with him. You're staying here. And dude, I wanted to fucking run away or like, dude, I started plotting to kill her. Like I was miserable. Yeah. I hated that. But I ended up moving there when I was 12. But I was so excited. My hopes were all the way up, and then nope.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Was the move to your dad's better?
It was a different set of problems, but I would say overall it was better because I'd rather be somewhere where I'm alone than getting the shit beat out of me, you know?
All right. Mine.
Dude, don't cry. Don't cry.
The best one. Oh, I just had it.
Yours was the Hastings. Is it different?
Yeah, and I think just a lot. I think it's just a lot of nerd stuff, like Pokemon card stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh card stuff. I remember one specific memory being in Safeway and just being stoked that Dragon Ball Z was going to be on and Majin Buu was going to fight, and like wanting to get home so bad, and like Toonami. Yeah, I feel like a lot of those things, Cartoon Network. Yeah. Those things were really, really like big in my childhood because I wasn't my family. Huh?
Those are like beacons of light for all the darkness that you had. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it was dark, but a lot of times it was absence too. So it was just like me and my brother, like just me and him. You know what I mean? Well, they smoked pot a lot in the '90s and early 2000s when it wasn't legal, so the door was always shut, dude. Yeah. And they'd always be hiding on the other side. You know what I mean? And so video games were definitely the answer for my brother and I, especially until we got social.
Yeah, dude, it's funny you mentioned that because when my kids, like, you see my door's closed right now, but when my kids are here and if I like want to stream or anything, or dude, my door is always open, no matter what. It's just always open. Now, I don't have it even halfway closed. A little bit, it's always fucking wide open. Like the door is flush with the wall. And I don't know where I got that from, but I just always want them to feel like they can come in my, even if I'm like, get the fuck out, you weirdo, you know, you're jumping on my bed and putting your boogers all over my wall. Like I want them to be able to feel welcomed no matter what, no matter if they're in trouble or what. Like I'm not gonna fucking close the door and have them not know, should we bother him? You know, like is it okay to jump on his bed real quick? You know, just whatever.
Yeah. And I'm sure they feel that too, man. Because the opposite is felt.
Yeah, that's why. I remember, like
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't want me in their room, and like the door was always shut, so I always felt like I was bothering them.
Exactly.
I was always knocking. They're mid fucking.
Little cute Kev. Little Kev. Mama. Yeah. Mama. Dude, that's so sad.
I'm like, help. Yeah, like, but so anything nerd related, 100%. Worst memory. There's two. Yours made me think of mine, but one time I ran away from home and it was raining and I was in my socks and I was on the bench and I remember just like, yeah, dude, and just being like 7 or 9 or some stupid shit and like sitting in the rain being so cold but just not wanting to go home because it was just a massive like explosive thing at home.
Yeah,
and so like I just remember feeling like so stuck there.
You're trapped.
So trapped. Yeah. And then the time that I went to like the children place where I was like going ballistic, and I have bipolar disorder, but this is before I was diagnosed, so I'm losing it on my whole family. My family has me by my 4 arms and like take me to the hospital, and then I get gas masked, and I wake up in a white room with kids way older than me with fucking mom tattoos. Just like
dude,
throwing footballs and scaring the shit out of me.
I thought about talking about, because I went to a facility when I was like 11 or 12, like a padded room and stuff, but that was still like way better than, being at home. And I actually felt like I was cared about because they put me in the hospital. Not my parents, but the doctors recommended it.
Yeah. I wasn't able to come out, and I was in this white room watching other people do things. And like had no explanation. I was way too young for an explanation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can imagine.
And like, that game that has the little pieces that you put in and then it has to pop up?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the yellow pieces. Yeah. My parents brought me that like on a Wednesday. I still remember the day, dude. Brought me on a Wednesday and I still look at that thing sideways and still a little like, yo, that stings. I don't want to play that.
Yeah. It's all association, man.
Yeah, dude. And it just like, and I think a big part of it was just like not knowing why I was there and like what was going on.
Yeah, everybody's strangers.
And feeling like the kids I was looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at these kids who were like fucking crazy delinquents, like the kids I was hanging out with 10 years later. Yeah. Like and I was just like,
oh, it's not only that, but you were chemically imbalanced and you were just going fucking crazy too. Like your mind was warped and your emotions.
Well,
were
I was
heightened.
probably sedated at that point. Yeah. So I went from a high and then probably sedated. I'm sure. I don't know now, but none of that was worse than going to jail. None of it. Go ahead.
Well, maybe we'll do an adult version next stream, like the worst thing as an adult.
Dude, I don't think anything will ever be as traumatic in my life in the foreseeable future as going to jail. It was one day. It was 36 hours. And it was
24 hours.
I will do it. No, it's 36.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was one day, 24 hours. I was like, what reality are we in? Because you're calling it 36. But
no,
I
it's
see
like
what you're saying now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it was nothing. I don't think anything in the foreseeable future will ever impact my brain like that. I still dream about it. I still think about it. I still make sure I'm in the line with never going back.
Trauma. Hey, that's good. You learned from it. Not a lot of people do.
Yeah, man. It's real. It's very real.
If you guys did make it out here, all the way to the end of this, if you have any questions, type them out. Just put Q&A and then type whatever you want, and then I'll upload them to our Discord. It's a private Discord, so there's no invites. We'll pull from random, and if yours is selected, we'll mention that you said it.
I think it's one of our best podcasts, dude. This was a good one.
This is only the second one.
Funny. It was good. Yeah, dude. Let's go.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
You do that with your nose. Suck. Bring your nostrils in real quick. Dude, it's scary. You look like something from Game of Thrones or something, dude. You look like
hold on, dude. Let me try something else. I'm trying to make a face, but you keep making me laugh.
Do it.
I don't know if I can do. I'm envisioning it, but hold on. All right. Bye, everybody.
Cool. Bye.